Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Basics of Computer Engineering. In today's video, we will be learning the concept of structures in C language. Structure is actually a collection of dissimilar data items which are grouped together in one variable. The concept of variable is able to store only one value in it, whereas the concept of array is able to store similar data items in it. The problem of variable is overcome in the case of an array. But what if we want to store dissimilar data items in one variable? Here we use the concept of structures. In this image, I have enlisted few points of differences between variable, array and structures. Let us now see how to declare a structure with several parameters in it. As usual, we will start our program with the inclusion of preprocessor directives which are #include angular bracket stdio.h and #include angular bracket conio.h. After that, we will write int main parenthesis, and here instead of making use of opening curly braces, we will give a semicolon. Making use of semicolon over here is very important, else the program will be an error. After that, we will write the word struct, which is actually a keyword. This is being used over here so that the compiler can understand that in this program we will be making use of structures. After that, we will give space and we will write the variable name over here. Here I am using the variable name as student. Then we will make use of opening curly braces and we will declare all our parameters here itself. Firstly, I am declaring the variable s, which is of character data type. This is used over here so that it can store the name of the student. Next, I am including the variable of age, which is of integer data type. This will hold the numerical value, which is the actual age of the student. Guys, you can see that in the next line I have declared a variable year, which is of integer data type. And here I have assigned the value to it as 2004. This is actually wrong. Compiler will show an error in this case. This is only being written over here so that you all can understand the difference of how to declare the parameters. All these things will be ended with a semicolon, and then we will make use of closing curly braces, and here again we will give a semicolon sign. After all our parameters are declared, we will write int main parenthesis. This main function is actually used for our program. Now we will be starting with our actual code, which is how to declare structures and accept the user input from them by keyboard. For that, first we need to see how to declare user-defined structures. In this image, I have shown a brief info about the same. Now we can start our coding part. We will start with #include angular bracket stdio.h, then we will write #include angular bracket conio.h, then we will write int main, and then we will make use of parenthesis. After that, we will give a semicolon sign over there. Then we will write the word struct space variable name, which here is student. And then we will be making use of opening curly braces to start the declaration of our parameters. To make our code easier, we will be making use of only two parameters in our case. So I am declaring a variable name, which is of character data type. After that, I am declaring a variable age, which is of integer data type. To end this, we will use closing curly braces followed with a semicolon sign. Next, we will write int space main parenthesis, and then we will be making use of opening curly braces to start our actual program. Here I will write struct keyword, then I will write my variable name, which is student, which actually has all the parameters in it, and then I am declaring a local variable over here, which is s. This is used to access each and every member of my student variable. Now, by making use of printf statement, we will display a text message asking the user to enter their name without any space. And then by making use of scanf statement, we will accept the user input. We will need to make a change in our scanf statement. We will write scanf word parenthesis quotation %s, then we will close the quotation followed by a comma, and here we will make use of the ampersand sign. Then we will write the name of our local variable, which over here is s, followed with dot operator, and then we will write the name of the parameter which has to be accessed. Here it is name. After that, in the next line, by making use of printf statement, again we will display a text message asking the user to enter their age. To shift the content on the next line, we will make use of /n over here. Then by making use of scanf statement, we will accept the user input in the same way as we did for name. But here instead of %s we will write %d, and instead of and s dot name we will write and s dot h. Then we will close our program with closing curly braces. Now we are able to compile our program. On the output screen, the user is asked to enter their name without any space. Let's say we have entered some name and we have clicked on enter. Then you are supposed to enter your age. After entering your age, when you will click on enter, the code will be ended. Now we will see the declaration of structures with predefined input. The pattern for the same has been displayed by me in this image. Let us now start our code in which we will actually see how to use structures with predefined input. We will be starting our code with #include angular bracket stdio.h. Then we will write #include angular bracket conio.h. The pattern for declaration of parameters will be same. We will write int main parenthesis semicolon. Then we will write the word struct. Then variable name, which is student over here as well. Then we will make use of opening curly braces. Then we will declare the two parameters which are same again, name and age. The format will be same in this case as well. Then we will write int space main parenthesis, and then we will be making use of opening curly braces to start our program. Now I will write the keyword struct space followed with my variable name, which is student, followed with my local variable name, which is s. Then I will give an equal to operator sign and I will start the opening curly braces block. While declaring the parameters, the first parameter which I have declared is name. So in double quotes, I will declare the name of the student. After that, I will give a comma sign and then I will declare my second parameter, which over here is age. Age is purely integer value and it will contain numerical value in it only. So there is no need of any quotation. After writing any age, we will make use of closing curly braces followed with a semicolon sign to end our struct block. After that, we will make use of printf statement and display a text message as the entered name is %s, and then we will write over here as s.name. This will display the name which we have given in the 12th line. Again, we will make use of printf statement and display a text message on the next line as entered age of the student is. Here we will write %d and then we will write here as s.h. This will display the value which we have given in the 12th line. Finally, we can close our program by making use of closing curly braces. Now we will compile our code and check the output on the screen. The values entered by us are clearly visible on the screen. Now let us assume that I want to enter the name and age of two students simultaneously. So let us see how to iterate the same thing two times. We will take the same code only in which we have entered the user input. So we will just change the name as user input iteration. After that, we will make little bit changes over here by declaring one variable int a equal to 0. This is being used for our for loop. Then in 15th line, we will declare the for loop. In parenthesis, we will write a equal to 0 semicolon. A is less than 2 because we need to iterate it 2 times semicolon and a plus plus. Then we will start opening and closing curly braces for our for block. Only these changes are required and then we will run our program to check the output on our screen. How to enter the output on the screen and what output will be shown after that is clearly being shown on the screen. You can view it and understand the code completely. After the completion of this block, finally we have reached the end of our video. I hope you all would have enjoyed watching the video. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Do share it, like it and subscribe my channel for more updates on C language. So guys, if you have any query regarding C language, then you can surely comment in the comment section. Also, whatever you wish to see in the next video, you can also write it down over there.